So we will see the process of Salesforce organization. That means how the sales team is formed by companies. So sales manager does the selection of the sales team, and he decides that how many people should be selected and what should be their qualification and what from which source he should do the recruitment, all that. So selecting the right sales team is very important for the organization because it will affect your profits, your company profits. So the five main steps is planning, recruiting, selecting, hiring, socialization. These are the five steps of selecting the sales team. So selecting the right salesperson is a very challenging task for the sales manager. Getting the right salesperson for the right job is a very challenging task for the sales manager. So planning, first he will plan how many salespeople he wants, what type of salespeople he wants, and he will decide what responsibilities I will give to each salesperson. Recruiting is where he will decide the number and the source from where I will recruit. So it should be a good source. It should be a credible source. So he will see the sources from where I can get good quality candidates. That is the second step. Third step is selection. That is, after he has got some candidates from the sources, then he will use various tools to measure the candidates, whether the candidates have the qualities, whether they have the experience, whether they are capable of selling. All that he will do it in the selection stage. So he has to do it very carefully. He has to select the right candidate. Then hiring. Hiring is where he will decide to select the candidate and which job to place him. So we are selecting the right candidate with the right qualifications, placing him in the right job. That is the hiring stage. So he has to take the decision whether I am going to hire this candidate. If I hire him, which job, particular position I will place him in, and he will once he has decided to hire, he will make the job offer. That is, he will give the offer letter to the candidate. Socializing is introducing, like induction we do for new students, no, induction. Same way socialization for the new recruits. They will tell them what is the way of working in that organization, introduce them to the organization. Assimilation is where they make them part of the organization. So they give them job roles, job responsibilities. They tell them about their JD, job description, place them wherever they have to be placed. That is including them, making them part of the organization. So these are the steps in which the sales manager will form his sales team. Now, this is the individual way. Individual candidate, how the selection process happens. So first step is preliminary interview. That is before the candidate, they have received his application or they have got him from the details from any source, like from any employment exchange or from Naukri or Monster, like that they have got details of the candidate. So they will do a preliminary interview. Preliminary interview is the first interview they will do for him. Once he clears that, then he has to fill the formal application. Then third step, they will do the proper interview. That is the personal interview. Then fourth step, they will do the reference check and they will do the background check of the candidate. Then next step is they will decide if the candidate needs any training, additional training. Then they will give him that training. Then the next step is they will do the physical examination. They will check whether he is physically fit, whether he's got any problems, health problems, any addictions, drug addiction or alcohol addiction. All that they will check in physical examination. And last step is where they give him the offer letter. So they decide to recruit him into the organization. So in all these steps, there is a chance of rejection. the candidate can fail in any of these steps. So he can be rejected. So final step is expense for the organization, because the organization has to pay him salary and recruit him into the organization. So it is expense. They have to pay for the labor. This takes lot of time. All these steps, preliminary interview, physical examination, training, all this takes lot of time before the candidate is finally absorbed into the organization. So this is the Salesforce selection process for an individual candidate. So this all I have explained. Pre-interview is where they will screen the candidates. They would have received many applications. So they will do screening. They will remove the unqualified and inexperienced candidates. They will see their job experience, they will see their qualification, and then they will take them for preliminary interview. Formal application form is where they will fill their personal details, their professional details and personal details. Either at the time of preliminary interview, the interviewer only will fill the application form. The candidate will tell him all his details and he'll fill, or the candidate himself will fill the application form. Interview is the personal interview. There are different kinds of interview, like structured interviews there, unstructured interviews there, formal interviews there, informal interviews there. Like a structured interview means everything is planned. They decide how many questions to ask, what are the options for each question, how much time they will take to do the interview. Everything is planned. Whereas unstructured is nothing is planned. The interviewer will not decide what questions I am going to ask or how much time I am going to take. So, like that, different types of interviews are there. Then psychological testing is done after he clears the interview. That is, psychological testing means testing whether he has the expertise, whether he is emotionally very balanced person. So they will do a lot of tests like aptitude test, knowledge test, personality test, ability test, achievement test, graphology test, temperamental test, and simulation exercises. These are the different types of psychology tests. So aptitude means to see whether he has the correct aptitude to do the job. They will do the test. To check his knowledge level, they will do the knowledge test. To find out about his personality, more about his personality traits, they will do the personality test. Then ability test they will do to see whether he is having the ability to do that particular job, whether he can do it or whether he cannot do it, whether he is having the qualifications, knowledge, achieve all these things. They will test in the ability test. Achievement test is to test what all he has achieved, whether he has got any certification, whether he has got any specialized training anywhere. So all that they will test. His training, everything they will test. Graphology is they will test his handwriting. Graphology means your handwriting. They will, through your handwriting, they can come to know many things about you, whether how what kind of person you are, whether you are a open person or very silent person, or whether you are an angry person, or whether you are a very calm person. So graphology test, handwriting test they will do. Temperamental test is they will check your emotions, whether in a situation you will get suddenly angry, or whether in a situation like there is some fight in the office, then you will also join the fight, or whether you will try to make the fight reduce the people from fighting. So your emotion, whether you are emotionally calm person or you are emotionally very easily you will get disturbed, that kind of person. So temperamental test. Simulation exercises is where they will create a situation like office, and then they will put the candidate into that particular room where they have created that office situation, and then they will give him some work to do and see how he is doing that work, whether he is doing it correctly or whether he is doing too many mistakes, what how he is doing that particular work. That is simulation. Simulation means you are creating exact office environment somewhere else, and then you are putting the people there and giving them some jobs to do and then observing them. seeing how they are doing that particular job. So these are the different types of psychology test. Then reference check, all of you know, they will check your background. So usually they will give more importance if your teachers have given a good reference for you. They will give more importance to that. Or your colleagues, where you worked earlier, your colleagues or your boss has given a good reference for you. They will check that. So all that is reference check. So this happens during the application form processing time before the final interview. Reference check. Physical examination, if the job requires lot of physical stamina, you need to be strong, then they will check you to see whether you are physically fit. Come. Why so late? Not every time you are coming late only. Then director sir will scold you. Why you are letting the students inside? Huh? First hour is 9:30, no? Huh? You are coming at 10:30. Huh? You get up late and you are say you will come. Huh? That is the problem. So after physical examination, they will give the job offer. That is, they in the company letterhead, they will mention the terms and conditions of the job. So which is of interest to the protect the interest of the candidate and also to protect the interest of the company. So what are the terms and conditions, like how many months notice you should give before you leave the job? All those things will be mentioned there. What is your basic salary? What is your additional things that will be added to your salary, how much ESI, all that. So these are the terms and conditions. So this is how the individual candidate, individual salesperson, how he is selected. Now training of the salespeople. Why we need to train the salespeople? Because they always the market is changing, technology is changing, customer needs are changing, products are changing. So that time you need to train the salespeople in the new technology or maybe in the new product or maybe they need to get some specialized knowledge. So you have to give them training. You have to keep giving training to your sales team so that they can manage to do their sales job very well. So what are the different types of Salesforce training? You have skills training and refresher training. Skills training is given for new joiners, freshers. Those who join, they are given job related skill training to upskill themselves. Upskill means to improve their skills. Then refresher training. Refresher training is given to those employees when there is any change in the product or change in the technology or change in the customers' requirements. Then they give this refresher training to train the employees how to they should know about the new trend, new technology. Or yeah, come. You are also very late today. What happened? Hmm? So all this refresher training is to refresh the employees with new skills, additional skills. So the other types of training is cross-functional training. Cross-functional training means you will train the employee in other departments. You will train him in not only his own job, but he should know other jobs also. What is happening in accounts, what is happening in production, what is happening in marketing, what is happening in R&D. So through job rotation, you know what is job rotation? The employees will be taken for a certain period of time, like 1 month, 15 days. They will be put in each department. So they will learn about each department. That is cross-functional training. They will learn about all the functions of all the departments. So the employee will get an overview of the company's operations. He will come to know about the entire company's operations. That is cross-functional training. Team training is nowadays employees are working as teams on projects. So you have to train them how to work as teams, how to do the problem solving together, how to develop the team spirit. So all this you need to train them because more and more companies are doing project work by teams. So that is team training. Then diversity training. Diversity training means nowadays you find many companies, there are people not coming from one area. They will be coming from different areas, different states, different parts of the globe, different educational background, different culture, so different language. So that is diverse workforce, different age group. So this diversity training is given to employees so that they can work with employees who are come from different areas, how to work with them harmoniously, how to take advantage of their different culture or different background that they have come from. So that is the diversity training. You train them how to manage in such a diverse working environment. There is no fight, there is no conflict, there is no misunderstanding. All that can be avoided if you give diversity training to your employees. Then creativity training is making the employees train them not to be limited but to try out new ideas, to think out of the box. Think out of the box means to think innovatively, to come out with very innovative ideas. Like last class I told you, no, one startup in Kerala, they have found a charger, mobile charger with the holder he has created. One small startup company, they have created a mobile charger with the holder attached to it. That is, it is out of stock in Amazon. Like that, the product is selling. So, like that, coming out with innovative ideas, new ideas, thinking out of the box, experimenting with new ideas. So, that is creativity training, making the employees to become more creative and more innovative. Literacy training is for lower level employees who are not very much educated. Those who are working in the factory, they will not be so much educated. They will not be knowing the instructions from the senior officers. They may make costly mistakes. They may not be able to follow the safety guidelines. So, for such kind of employees who are not able to read, write, or speak properly, they give them the literacy training so that at least some fundamental skills they will get reading, writing, speaking, so that they can manage to work in the working environment. So, these are the different types of training which is given to the employees. And now, what is the importance of giving training? Why do we need to train? See, if you have a trained sales people, they will know how to sell the product, so they can get higher sales volume, and they will have more knowledge about the product because you have trained them, you have told them about the product, so they will have better knowledge about the product. So they will be able to better serve the customers. Customers will have many doubts, many queries. So trained sales people can speak to them and overcome all their doubts and everything. And also, if you train your sales people, whatever inputs, resources they are using for their sales job, they will use optimum only. They will not waste much of the resources. They will be careful with the resources. And if your sales force is trained, the sales manager does not need to supervise them always. He does not need to keep a control on them always because they are trained. They know their job, so automatically they will do their job. And also, if you train the sales force, their morale, their motivation level will be very high because they know everything about the job, they know how to do it. So their motivation level also will be very high. And last reason is low turnover of the sales force. Low turnover of the sales force means hmm? No, not no proper sales. It is the number of salespeople leaving the organization. Low turnover means, or another name they call it attrition rate. Attrition rate means number of employees leaving the organization will be less. Low turnover means less number of salespeople will leave the organization. More people will be remaining with the organization, continuing to work with the organization. So low turnover or low attrition rate, like that they call. So these are the reasons why it is very important to train the salespeople. Okay, so we'll stop. Hmm? Here, attendance. Today's date. Today's date is what?